The corridors of Galactic Academy Station Number 7 buzzed with the typical between-class chaos. Students from 17 different species hurried past each other, some floating, others crawling, most walking on varied numbers of limbs. Among them moved Lyra, her translucent blue skin glimmering under the artificial lights as she tried to make herself invisible, a cruel irony since her species, the Lumini, were physically incapable of camouflage. Her forearms clutched her datapads tightly to her chest as she navigated towards xenobiology. The webbed digits of her upper hands trembled slightly. Third period meant sharing class with Drav and his friends. Humans had only joined the Galactic Federation 30 years ago, newcomers by cosmic standards. Most species still viewed them with curiosity or caution. They were oddities, endurance predators from a death world with bizarre biology and unpredictable social patterns. Tom Ellis was one of only 6 humans in the entire academy, and the only one in his year. As Tom rounded the corner toward his xenobiology class, he heard the familiar sound of Drav's clicking mandibles. The Vordak student stood nearly 7 feet tall, his exoskeleton gleaming with the iridescent markings of adolescence. Around him, his usual group of followers, 2 fellow Vordaks, a Meshan with shifting metallic skin, and a gaseous Forbian contained in an environment suit, had formed a half-circle around someone. Your kind shouldn't even be in this quadrant. Drav's translator broadcast in the common tongue. Luminescent trash. Tom slowed. Through the gaps between the bullies, he caught glimpses of trembling blue light. The new girl, a Lumini transfer student. Please, came her melodic voice through her translator. I must get to class. What's the point? The Meshan jeered. Everyone knows Lumini can't grasp complex sciences. Your species is just glorified moonblighting. Tom had heard enough. Something hot and ancient stirred in his chest, the same feeling his ancestors might have felt when protecting their tribes thousands of years ago. His human empathy, often cited as a peculiar evolutionary trait in xenobiology texts, flared. Hey, Tom called out, his voice echoing in the corridor. Several passing students froze, antennae and sensory organs swiveling in his direction. Drav turned slowly, compound eyes narrowing at the approaching human. The primitive speaks, he clicked. This isn't your concern, Earthborn. You're blocking the hallway and harassing another student. That makes it everyone's concern. Tom stopped a few feet away, his posture relaxed but alert in the way his combat instructor had taught him. Humans weren't the strongest or fastest species, but they had earned respect for their unexpected resilience. The Forbian swirled anxiously in its containment suit. Careful, Drav. Humans are unpredictable when agitated. And apparently stupid, Drav responded, taking a step toward Tom. He now towered over the human boy. Your species is still on probation with the Federation. Start trouble, and they might reconsider Earth's membership. Tom smiled. It wasn't a friendly expression. Xenobiologists had written papers about how human smiles could signal multiple emotional states, including predatory intent. Interesting theory, Tom said calmly. But I think the Academy administrators would be more concerned about senior students targeting a transfer student based on her species. Pretty sure that violates about 6 Federation diversity protocols. He held up his wrist display. I've been recording since I rounded the corner. He hadn't been, but bluffing was another peculiar human trait. Drav's mandibles clicked rapidly, the Vordak equivalent of a scowl. After a tense moment, he stepped back. This isn't over soft skin, Drav hissed before gesturing to his friends. They dispersed quickly, leaving Tom alone with the Lumini girl. Her blue skin pulsed with swirls of purple, the Lumini equivalent of a blush. Up close, Tom could see the delicate features of her face. Large eyes with no pupils, just gentle light. Thank you, she said softly, but they will only target you now. Tom shrugged. I'm used to it, being the weird human in all. He extended his hand, then caught himself. Sorry, I'm Tom. Do Lumini shake hands? A gentle chime that might have been laughter escaped her. I am Elia, and yes, we can. One of her 4 hands tentatively reached out, webbed fingers cautiously wrapping around his. Nice to meet you, Elia. We should get to class before Dr. Xorn gives us both detention. As they walked, Elia's skin gradually shifted from anxious purple back to a calm blue. Why did you help me? No one else ever does. Tom considered her question. Humans have a long history of bullying on our own world. We learn the hard way what happens when no one stands up. Besides, he added with a smile, on Earth, we have a saying. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. Elia's skin brightened. Your species' quotes are fascinating. We have a similar saying. Even the smallest light defeats darkness. I like that, Tom said as they entered the classroom. Word of the confrontation spread quickly through the station. By lunchtime, the story had evolved to claim Tom had physically fought all 5 bullies. He denied it repeatedly, but the human's reputation shifted overnight. The next day, Elia joined Tom at his usual isolated table in the commissary. Then came Zim, a shy archerin with regenerative abilities who had also faced Drav's cruelty. By week's end, their table had become a haven for those who didn't quite fit in. When Drav and his friends entered the commissary a week later and saw the diverse group laughing together, something in the social dynamic of Galactic Academy Station Number 7 subtly shifted. Humans, Drav muttered to his friends, mandibles clicking softly. The Federation underestimates them. They don't conquer with weapons or technology. What do you mean? Asked the Meshan. Drav's compound eyes fixed on Tom, who was teaching Elia and the others some human card game, their laughter bridging the gaps between their vastly different biologies. They conquer with connection, Drav answered. And that makes them the most dangerous species of all.